Hey guys, this is Rose Gonzalez with Mindset Camp. I'm here today with Jen Navelle. She's an associate attorney with Whipple, Mercado Associates here in San Ramon. I just wanted her to share her journey with you. So welcome, Jen.
Thank you.
So tell us about yourself. What got you into the field of law?
So what got me into the field of law was a second career choice for me.
Okay, so what were you before?
I was an escrow officer for several title companies all over Danville, and with the recession hitting, I was getting demoted. My pay rate was getting lowered, so wanted to do something different and wanted to find something that was more fulfilling for me, and just thought about. I just woke up one day and said, I think I might apply to law school.
Yeah. So how long were you in the escrow world, and then how old were you when you transitioned over to this field?
So I was an escrow officer for 8 years, and then, so right after my undergrad, when I graduated from college, and then 2011 was when I applied for law school.
Okay.
And then I was working full-time as an escrow officer and going through my first semester of law school, and then quit, and then now just
going to school.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were an escrow officer, you said you had just finished your undergrad. What was your degree in then?
Business administration,
Okay.
with an emphasis on management information systems.
Okay.
So I was kind of a computer geek.
Yeah.
At that time.
So it's a completely different field. Okay.
Totally.
And you were working full-time for how long, and then going to law school?
I worked full-time for about maybe my first 3 or 4 months of law school, and then I quit my job.
Okay.
Concentrated on school.
Now, having a career for 8 years and then switching and going back to school, how did that feel? I mean, were you scared? Did you have doubts?
Super overwhelming,
Yeah.
because I hadn't picked up a Scantron, a pencil, a book in 8 years,
Right.
and I had no idea what I was doing at first.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go through the motions, it's kind of like riding a bike.
Okay. So just doing the little actions every day, just kind of go for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Just
Okay.
kind of went with it.
Yeah. So you just recently passed the bar exam.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're actually here today celebrating her passing the bar exam as well. So tell us a little bit about you taking the bar exam, because I actually did a real quick Google search, and it said that the passing rate for a bar exam in 2018 is only 27.3%. So about 72% failure rate.
Pretty much, yeah.
How many times did it take you to pass the bar exam? Because I know it was multiple times. And then, what mindset did you have to put yourself into to just keep pushing forward and not give up? Because I find that it's probably scary to think okay,
Mhm.
I failed this, I gotta pay this fee again, I gotta study. It's overwhelming again.
Yeah.
But how did you just keep pushing forward?
Well, I knew that, so I've taken the bar 7 times until I pass. Lucky 7.
So tell them, is it like a quick 1-hour test? Is
No, so the test it's 2 days, and you go from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening for both
2
days.
days.
For 2 days. But it used to be 3 though.
Yeah.
When I took it the first 4 times, it was a 3-day exam.
Oh my gosh.
For that long, and it consists of the first day of all writing, essay writing, a lunch, and then more essay writing, and then the second day is 200 multiple choice questions.
Oh my gosh.
So
I mean, just listening to that, I'm overwhelmed.
pretty taxing at the end.
Yeah.
Almost you get hit like you got hit by a train or something.
Yeah.
So I did that 7 times. Beginning 2015, right after I graduated, and I just kept going, consecutive exams.
And how often were the exams?
They're given every February and July.
Okay.
So right when you're finished with the exam, you don't get results right away. You got to wait about 3 or 4 months. So I took this exam in
continuous studying.
So I took the exam in July, and I found out in November, last November was when I got the results.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it just felt and to answer your question, how I felt, it is overwhelming. You feel like you're a hostage because you can't move on with your life. You have this thing hanging over. I couldn't move on with my career. I didn't want to be a glorified paralegal for the rest of my life. That there was a reason why I went to law school, and it wasn't just to, be a paralegal. Like, I knew there was more that I wanted to, fulfill and help my community, the public, and that was my purpose.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I had to get out of that. I didn't want to be a hostage anymore. I wanted to move on with my family and have a family.
Yeah.
That I just knew I had to do it. There was no way I was going to give up.
Yeah. So it was a mindset of just not allowing yourself to just give up, because one of the things that a lot of people I hear is they're scared to do something. They're they have such a good paying job, but they're not happy, and they stay there, and then so on and so on, and then they live their whole life not being happy and dreading coming to work. But you made that leap of faith. You worked hard to get there, and then the only way you really would fail is if you quit and you just kept going and going and going. And how many years was that 7 tests?
About 3.5 years.
3.5 years, guys. So
3.5 years, yeah.
I mean, that's hard work right there. I mean, in order to get to your goals, you have to work hard.
It's definitely true.
So, with the 70% failure rate, did you feel like it was going to take you longer? Did you have that in your head, or did you even just say, I'm not going to look at that failure rate. I'm just going to go because this is what it means to me, and this is what I want?
No, yeah, that's exactly how I felt. However, though, in the beginning, it was known to me that every time you take the exam, your chances of passing decreases. So on top of that statistic, just so you know, the passing rate for repeat takers like myself was 16%.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So the 27% is for, I think, overall.
Yeah.
But just for solely repeat takers like myself, we're right. 16%.
So does that mean that a lot of people who take the bar exam usually just don't retake it again?
That's usually the course, yeah.
So that's actually really powerful, because it's a matter of repeating. Like even going to the gym, you just go into the gym and then every day gets better. But then the only way that things won't get better is if you just don't go back.
Right.
And so that's the same thing with your exam, where...
And it's expensive every time
you
take it. I mean, I probably spent thousands of dollars. It's like $900 each time you take the test.
And then $900 every time. But, how do you outweigh the return on investment on your future? So a lot of people, they won't spend that much money or invest in themselves. But you believed it in yourself so much that you were willing to do that.
Right.
And then now you reap the reward. You're an associate attorney.
I saw it in everybody, the partners and other associate attorneys that that I'm close with, that they've always said it's the return on investments.
Right.
It'll be worth it.
Now, what kind of support did you have going through all this, with at home, at work, your friends?
Well, my husband was my biggest supporter, Joey, and he knew that he was actually the one that kind of steered me in the direction of trying this new career, and he knew that I had more potential than what I thought I had. So I guess you could probably say he knew me better than I knew myself, right?
Yeah.
So he knew that I had the potential to succeed. He knew I would graduate. The bar exam, he knew that was going to kind of be a struggle, knowing the statistics of it and the history of the exam itself. But he pushed me. He knew every time.
Good job, Joey.
He knew every time if I got that fail notice, he was like, keep going, just keep going. I'll support you no matter what. And I think that was the big thing at home. I mean, he helped with cooking and cleaning while I studied, and
taking care of Maui,
taking care of our dog.
Yeah,
so he was a big support. My mom, my sister, all my family, all my friends at the gym. I mean, they all knew what was happening.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so while you were doing all this too, you were working here
Mhm.
full time.
Mhm.
How did you balance work, studying for such intense exam?
Well, because I was very familiar with how much time I needed to spend, so I was able to easily prioritize
Yeah.
with work and then going home and studying in gym. It's like I knew I had this follow this strict schedule for.
So you
4
went to
months.
the gym still.
I went to
Yeah.
the gym still.
So what was your
Yeah.
schedule like?
So a typical schedule, so I'd come here to work from at 8 o'clock, take my lunch, but then during lunch, while I was eating lunch, I would read and
Yeah.
do some practice questions and stuff for that hour. If I had some downtime, I would read. I would just take advantage of every single downtime I had here.
Oh my gosh.
Then after that, I'd go to the work till 5, go to the gym, and then log till about 6:30, come home, and then study till about 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
But then I had my weekends, so
Yeah.
I blacklisted myself from my social calendar and didn't do anything on my weekends, and I took advantage of all my weekends
Right,
to study.
So I know you had a little bit of a strict approach when you took the first bar exam. Tell us a little bit about like the limitations that you put on yourself that first time you were studying. I mean, I think it was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, and I think it was kind of overkill
Yeah.
on my part, because now that I look back, it wasn't really necessary. Like, I needed to have some social interaction,
Some balance.
some balance,
Mhm.
and I think that was a big help
Yeah.
to where I got today.
Okay.
Having it's not realistic.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
Because, well, what I think it's like if you take that balance out of your
Mhm.
life, then it doesn't become fun anymore. It doesn't become what you're passionate about. It
The
becomes
negative
more-
part of
yeah.
it pretty much is the one that overwhelms the whole purpose
Yeah,
of passing.
right.
That you need to have balance.
Very good. Okay. So if you could leave a message with somebody watching you today or listening, someone who has been thinking about either making a career change or wanting to do something but sitting on it, or just anybody listening to this, what message would you like to give them?
Say, be brave. Be brave. Don't be scared. Like Rose said, take that leap of faith. And the best thing that you could ever do for yourself is try.
Yeah.
And then if you don't, keep going. Until you really feel like you can't do it anymore. Listen to your body.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you so much. So I just, I really like that, be brave and keep trying until you don't have any more to give, because I hear this a lot, and I'm really big on reading and stuff, and they say that, the only way that you'll actually fail is when you give up. And so that's a really big thing, because sometimes people give up right at the end when they're about to hit their goal or
Mhm.
pass that test or
Yeah.
hit that weight.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's
There's always definitely room for improvement
Yeah.
every time.
yeah.
And I learned that every single time. I would just kind of gain that inch until I finally, improved until I
Yeah.
got there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell people how they can find you
So how they can find me?
here at the law office.
Here in my office. I'm kidding. So we are located in Bishop Ranch in San Ramon, Bishop Ranch 6. So I practice family law, so mainly areas of divorce, custody, and support. Also domestic violence restraining orders. So if you need help from us, we're happy to help you out. Whipple, Mercado Associates in San Ramon. We also give free 30-minute consultations. So give us a call if you need help, or if you know someone that we could assist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Aw.
much.
Thank you. This is fun.
So guys, I have created Mindset Camp to bring people like Jen here to help keep you guys inspired, to dream big, never give up on your goals. So work hard and go out there and be awesome. Thanks.